think we're here. So I brought along my Catula micro spikes. The closer I got, I'm thinking I'm not going to need them. Until about the last 15 miles. There is a lot more snow than I had ever anticipated. So I'm glad I brought them. I'll put those in the pack. I'll start getting my gear ready and then I'll tell you what we're doing. We are back in the Adirondacks. We are about, hour and a half west-southwest of the High Peaks region. So we're just inside the park. We're going to be going into the Ferris Wild Forest. And more specifically, our destination is a lake. And it's not just any lake, it's Good Luck Lake. Good Luck Lake is at the bottom of Good Luck Mountain, and on Good Luck Mountain there is a place called Good Luck Cliffs, rock climbing destination. I got the winter pack for this one. This is a Gregory Baltoro 75 liter pack. Right now we gotta go across the road, grab our trailhead. Let me get that pack on, let's get going. So, wish me luck. My first attempt at a hike since my surgery. It's been a few weeks. Hopefully I'm not doing anything foolish here. Really wanted to get out to the Adirondacks and spend a night in the woods. We'll see how it goes. So what exactly are we gonna do? Well, I don't know. I picked this because I have options. The only thing I do know is our target is Good Luck Lake, and hopefully we can find a campsite there, and we'll take it from there. I figure this is just far enough where I get the feeling of being out there that I'm looking for, but it's also just far enough that I can bail back to the truck if anything does start bothering me or hurting or anything goes wrong. So I am following one of my rules, and that's hiking cold. I got the jacket and the backpack. I'll put that on when I stop because it's just quite cold. It's like 26 degrees, I think. And we should go down into the teens tonight, I hope. Hope it doesn't get much lower than that. But if it does, I should be alright. Because I'm also breaking one of my rules. I'm taking gear out here that I haven't tested yet. I have a new underquilt, new top quilt. Actually, the hammock's new too, but they're from companies that they're basically just new versions of what I already have, just different temperature rating, and I trust the company. So other than fiddling with it and trying to get it set right, I shouldn't have too many issues. A lot of ice. In a way, I guess I'm thankful for the snow, because with all this ice, that might pose a bit of a challenge getting water. I don't exactly have the right stove with me to be melting snow for water, but I think we'll make do for just one night. Alright, coming up on the first intersection, I believe the trail register. So, let's register, shall we? All right, signed in. Let's get there. just stopped and talked to a family coming out. They gave me some advice on where the best campsite is, so I'm gonna head for that. They did warn me that if I am going to attempt going up Good Luck Mountain, that I will definitely want micro spikes. So I'm glad I threw them in. Not saying we're going to do that, but we might. We'll see how I feel. Again, I'm kind of just testing myself out here. So I didn't bring the fa-fa on this one. Might have been a bit much. It's probably gonna get pretty cold tonight. I'm still trying to feel out exactly where I'm at as far as for my recovery. And if I have to worry about myself and him, I mean, I'm saying that wrong, but I think you know what I mean. That's not a good situation. On the next one though, definitely. We've already got it planned. Starting to go downhill a bit. So, I'm gonna guess that's taking us to the lake. I see the lake, so sure how much further it is to the trail that I want for the campsite. I think it's a little bit yet, but here's this. I see it right down in there. And it is frozen over. Root steps. Well, I found the trail to the cliffs, which means I may have passed the campsite, which if it's the one I saw, I don't know. I guess I'm going to turn around and go check it out. And once I get there, I'll pull out the map and see if there's what else is here. Now that I know exactly where I am, I can kind of orientate myself. Well, this is where it's marked. For this, who would camp here? Like, this is bog. The water comes over, I can see by the ice. Unless I'm completely missing something. Alright. Well, looks like tonight's going to be basically just getting to camp, apparently, because I'm getting delayed. Alright. I think I'm going to head back, because I thought I saw some spots, I don't know, quarter mile back, maybe a half mile back. So at least I know what's there, rather than keep trudging into the unknown. But this won't work. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I wouldn't camp here. Alright, back to the trail. I don't know. We'll figure something out. Alright, I think I'm back on track now. There's like a little peninsula out there that kind of caught my eye when we were walking in. I think we're gonna go check that out. That is definitely the best of what I've seen so far. Alright. That's a little better. Designated campsite. Alright. That's a little more what I'm used to seeing. Alright, I'm gonna get the pack off, get myself situated, and I think I might start some lunch too. Then we'll figure out what we're doing. So, I kind of got a real problem here. I'm having a real hard time getting water. I just tested out the canister stove that I brought, and I went through like half the can just to get 2 cups of water. I didn't think it was going to be this cold this quick. Canister stoves aren't ideal under 20 degrees, and they completely stopped working I think around 16. This, by the way, is Good Luck Lake. As you can probably see from the footprints. It is frozen very solid. I'm not going to be able to get that water. So, I don't know what to do here. I'm not going to be able to keep enough water going for this trip with that stove. I have a stove that will do it, but that's at home in the garage. Alright, let me think about this a few minutes. Well, I got the lay in it. It's very warm. I have a 0 degree hammock gear underquilt and a 0 degree top quilt from Outdoor Vitals. But I don't think I'm going to be able to use it. I think I got to call this. Severely underestimated the water situation. Definitely a rookie mistake. A white gas stove. And that's what I would want for this situation. Really didn't plan on melting snow, but I guess I didn't have very good luck at Good Luck Lake. I was half tempted to try and run up and see the cliffs real quick, but I'm not sure that's a smart move either. It's 3 o'clock. And usually cliffs mean climbing, and I got a full pack. It's probably not a good idea. Plus the ice that's going to be there. So, alright, I'm going to put this back on and head back out from whence I came, regrettably. Oh well. Well, the good news is I'm not having any kind of pain or discomfort from where I had my surgery, so I guess that's good. Got to test that. Think of the positive, I guess. Good Luck Mountain. Alright, well, I'm just about back to the vehicle. And I'm gonna get on the road so I can make all these crazy small town turns before it gets too crazy dark. And when I get home, I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about with the stoves, why I should have brought the other one, and what I could have done if I had just one thing with me to make the one I have work. I'm gonna dig into that pack, find my drink mix, use the water I have in the truck, make something for the ride home. I'll see you back in good old PA. Okay, so I said I'd explain what went wrong with the stove once I got home. And I did do that out on the patio, but there was so much road noise that I decided to just shoot it over again. So this is a stand-in, because I already have the other one packed away. Is a canister stove. And this would be your canister fuel. This is Isopro. It's an 80-20 mix. They mix 20% propane in this to kind of help add the pressure up a little bit when it gets cold. The reason you can't have just propane is because this is a thin tin can and the pressure of propane is too great. So that's why you always see the propane in those big, heavy, like green canisters. More for car camping. That just screws on like that. Turn your valve. Piezos, that's why I don't like them. There you go. Basically, I was trying to melt ice because all the snow, I'm going to assume that it rained at some point up there. The rain soaked into the snow. Then temperatures dropped again and refroze it because I was literally chiseling out like brick-sized chunks and putting them in my cup and trying to melt them with that. Basically, below 20 degrees, these are useless. This turns back into liquid and there's no gas, there's no pressure. And you can tell that because it will start to stutter, which it was doing the whole time. So at that point, I'm pretty much just wasting fuel. It's not that efficient. Now, I also said if I had one thing, I could have made it work. I'm kind of hesitant to even bring this up, so I'll first start off by saying do not try this at home, or do not do what I'm about to show you. These guys. So if I had taken one of these, wrapped it in like a cloth is usually what I would do, and put it underneath the stove, I could have gotten by. But that's a process. You can't just take something that gets, I don't know where these get, 100 and something, 120, 140 degrees. I don't know, they get hot. If you do that, you can cause this to actually explode. That's not a good thing either. So you kind of gotta have a technique about it. Keep it under there for a little bit. You'll hear the stove start working better. Then maybe pull it out. Pay attention, you know, if you start to hear it stutter again, you put it back in. You don't want to just leave it under there. But I didn't have these. I usually do. For whatever reason I didn't. So that kind of doomed me a little bit. Now, what I should have had...
the MSR Whisperlight White Gas Stove.
So let me show you how it works. Alright, so there's a little bowl at the bottom of the stove. And you have to just let a little bit of gas in there. Not too much. About 2/3 full. And then you have to light it. What that does is that heats up this fuel tube right here. That fuel tube getting heated up is what allows the gas to be atomized so it can be burned through the actual stove burn. And this is where people kind of get turned off on these kind of stoves because it usually involves a big flaming, cringy, well, you'll see. Alright, so we got our fuel in there. Light it up. This is the pump that you pressurize your fuel canister with. I have the valve off right now. And this usually takes about 30 seconds or so. But after a while, you'll start to hear it make noises, kind of talk to you. So right before that fuel goes out, you turn the valve, and you'll have something that resembles an actual stove. So these things put out a lot of BTUs. They will do just about anything you want to do. It is the choice for melting ice, snow, whatever, to get water. So that's basically what happened. I mean, there are some other factors too. When I first got to the other campsites, they were very boggy. There wasn't a lot of snow and ice around them, and I don't know, but I'm going to assume it's just because of you have plant decay there. It probably generates heat, but the puddles and stuff that were in that, that's, I wasn't that desperate. That's pretty slimy, murky, yucky stuff. So when I finally got to the campsite that we started to set up at, probably 15 minutes later, this very pronounced breeze started coming in off the lake, and I could not find trees where I could situate the hammock where I wasn't getting blasted with that, where I could put the tarp down. It was just either going to be coming at my feet or my head. But I've dealt with that. That's fine. The other thing, and I'm not trying to suggest anything here, but it was in my head and it was pretty strong. I had this pretty strong feeling like I wasn't supposed to be there. It's almost as if I was a teenager again and exploring some abandoned building that was, no trespassing. The caretaker might catch you. Nervous, on edge. So that was playing on me. And I really can't explain it. I've never had anywhere close to that feeling, especially in the Adirondacks. And you've heard me say in other videos that the Adirondacks are a very special place. And they are, because I feel all the stress melt away when I'm up there. I've never experienced anything like that. Still, I wasn't going to let that deter me. Then, started having issues finding water, and then when I decided I'm going to melt snow, and once I got some of the water taken care of, I was going to turn the camera on and show that process. That's when I had the realization it had taken me that long to get 2 cups of water for my lunch. This wasn't going to turn out the way I hoped. Now, could I have just eaten then and rationed and just hiked out in the morning? Sure. But I was feeling pretty good. Nothing was bothering me. I was planning on going up to the cliffs in the morning and getting some good shots up there and then hike out. I would want water for that. And I'd want breakfast for that. So at a certain point, it's like, what are you doing? I'm not out there to abuse myself and try to be in misery. I'm out there to have fun. So, yeah. So, I screwed up. Lesson learned, I guess. And in case you're wondering, well, what about your alcohol stove? Well, the same thing kind of applies to them. First of all, they don't have the BTU output at all to try and melt snow or ice. It just won't do it. But they have trouble getting going in the cold too. I actually usually have that little bottle of alcohol, and what I'll do is once I use it, I'll transfer and fill it up again. If it's down to even 35 or so, it takes a long time to get going, and I'll just keep it warmed up. I'll just sleep with it. I'll either put it in like my pocket, my little zip pocket, or throw it in a bag and throw it in the foot box or something like that. But I'll usually refill my little one with this. This is what I'll carry. This is just for, having my coffees or hot chocolate at night. Basically, so I don't have to listen to that noise when I'm just trying to be chill and I just want to make a cup of coffee. That's really the only reason. Unless it's the summertime, I don't use it as my primary stove. But again, it won't do what I needed. We're going to go back up there. I'll take Logan next time. We'll hit the cliffs, even if it's just a day hike. One thing, so if you'll notice, because it's a made for kids channel, can't leave comments in the videos. So to open the lines of communication, we have an email address. So if you have any comments, if you have any suggestions, if there's certain things maybe you want to see or places you want us to go, feel free to email us. It is loganstrails@gmail.com. And if it's possible and we can do it, absolutely. There's a video on something that you want to see, how we do whatever. Put that in there. Just no nasty stuff. It would break Logan's heart. Alright, so I guess that about does it. I won't make that mistake again. And I will see you on the next one. We got a fun, but kind of different one come up. So stay tuned for that. Alright, I will see you later. Peace out, tribe. Email us, and maybe we'll make a video about it.
Email us with questions and video ideas.